So this is coming from Politico. Netherlands blocks U.S. takeover of vital digital supplier. Across Europe, there have been increased concerns about the bloc's reliance on American tech. And so I do wonder if this is a bit of a canary in the coal mine for the disastrous consequences of the Trump administration's, interactions with Europe and basically the rest of the world. So for good or bad, the US has been considered an ally for a major chunk of the world for many decades. And since we were an ally and since we could be relied upon, there were a lot of questionable things other countries did because they, in some fashion felt comfortable with us, right? They felt like we were there for them. I mean, that was dumb. That was dumb. They never should have thought that, but it's what they were thinking, right? And so there were a lot of agreements. There were a lot of things that were done just because, hey, we're allies and we're in this together or whatever else. One of the things that we've seen with the Trump administration, look, whether you agree with it or not, like I'm not getting into TDS on this, like. Doesn't matter whether you agree with it or not, it just is, right? He is so much more antagonistic, basically towards everybody, right? Antagonistic towards Europe, antagonistic towards Canada. It was interesting. I was just watching like our ambassador or whatever to Canada, and the Canadian news, CBC, was like interviewing him, and he literally stated he doesn't understand the negative view of the United States from the Canadians. Basically, he was trying to say, well, the Canadians need to start having a better attitude towards the United States. And I'm like, oh, what the hell? Jesus Christ. So anyways, but the thing is, if we take a look at Europe, right, we are threatening to militarily conquer Greenland. And again, it is important to understand when I say this, Trump is literally putting on the table that American citizens will slaughter Europeans so that we can take their chunk of land, right? When he talks about using military force to talk about Greenland, he is talking about slaughtering Europeans just so he can pretend to be more of a man. That's reality, right? So you got Europe over there worried about being literally attacked by the person that was supposed to be their ally. On top of that, we have tariffs that are going through the roof. On top of that, I don't know, we're pulling troops out or we're putting troops in. God knows what's going on with that, right? There's troops coming out of Germany, and then there's troops coming out of Poland, but then they're going back to Poland because... Oh, as I say, if you want to see something hilarious, watch Preston Stewart. Preston Stewart is like a war commentary guy, West Point graduate, the whole 9 yards. Oh, watching him have to talk about the Trump administration when it comes to the military. This is a beautiful thing right now. Anyways, all of this stuff going on. And so one of the things that Europe really has to think about is, do they trust us? Do they consider us an ally? And if we're not an ally, what does that mean for normal, commercial practices? Things like American companies being able to buy European companies, all right? So if we're allies, an American company buying a European company can be considered a good thing, right? You got all the resources of the United States, you got the money of the United States, you have all of that. So that could actually boost, right, the tech ecosystem or whatever in Europe. But if we are starting to be seen more of an adversary, then do you want an adversary buying your technology companies? And I think we are going to start to see Europe closing down more paths to the United States being able to buy European technology companies and that type of thing. And I'll be curious to see how that fleshes out at the end of the day. We take a look at this, basically. The Dutch government is blocking a United States-based company's attempt to acquire a key online identification IT supplier. Dutch firm Solvinity runs a platform for the country's DigiD app, which allows the country's citizens to authenticate themselves online when they want to book a doctor's appointment, buy a house, or interact with public authorities. In November, US-based Kyndryl announced it would acquire Solvinity, triggering concerns that a key Dutch online identification tool would fall under foreign control across Europe, there has been increased concerns about the bloc's reliance on U.S. technology, right? So many times when you hear about things like foreign control, it's about those scary China people. What if the Chinese control, I don't know, whatever, a parking lot? But now, again, from our adversarial actions towards Europe, we are now being seen as the adversary. In a letter to the National Parliament published on Tuesday, State Secretary for Digital Economy said the national authority charged with screening investments had advised the government to block the acquisition. The purchase was seen as posing, quote, a possible risk to the public interest. The government on Monday decided to adopt the advice and block the acquisition. So yeah. That is the latest thing going on between, the United States and Europe. And it'll be curious to see how far this goes, how far the decoupling goes, even when Trump is out of office. So I think that's one of the interesting things watching all this is I don't really feel like, oh, the European politicians think this is real. I feel like the European politicians woke up one day. They're like, am I still drunk? This can't be real. All the stuff that Trump is doing, there's just this look in their eyes. Like they don't really believe that this is real. It's kind of interesting with the United States trying to get out of NATO in the ugliest way possible. This is not how I wanted it to go. The ugliest way possible. And the Europeans still seem to be like dragging their feet on creating some kind of a European military establishment. They just kind of have like this idea that, oh, maybe Trump is having a bad day or week or month or couple of years, and basically as soon as this mood passes, he's going to be all for NATO again. But that's probably not going to happen. And anyways, it's just really curious to see how the Europeans, they seem to be in a state of disbelief about what's going on. Which, to be clear, I understand. I'm in a bit of a state of disbelief for most of this crap too, and I'm an American. I'm like, none of this is what anybody voted for. Anyways, but what's going to be curious to see is if this sticks. So Trump has another couple years in office. So there is one thought, like Trump gets out of office, we get somebody else into office that starts trying to, mend fences, repair the bridges, that type of thing. And so then Europe and the United States go back to more being traditional allies. There is an interesting question, though. What if that doesn't happen? What if the fractures between the United States and Europe become so significant there is no way back? And then what does that mean on the international stage for American technology companies and American technology and European technology companies and Europe by and large? It'll be interesting to see basically how that works out at the end of the day. I don't know. It's probably gonna be ugly. It's probably gonna be bad. I put $5 that it's going to be bad. So anyways, what do you think about the Netherlands blocking a U.S. takeover of one of their technology companies? Do you think this is just a one-off? This is something that's just done now and then, in a couple of years, things will go back to normal? Or do you think this is the first domino to fall in the fracturing of the relationship between Europe and the United States? Put your thoughts down below. If you like these episodes, you want them on Spotify or on Apple Podcasts, there's a link in the doobly-doo. If you want to follow me on LinkedIn, there's a link down there too. With that, see y'all later.